everyone, my name is Olivia. I'm going to be working at Sunrise this summer and I'm so excited to be here with you today. I'm going to be teaching you how to make your very own alphabet in this really cool font. And some of you might already know, but a font is just like a style that you write letters in. So once I teach you this alphabet, you're going to have this piece of paper and you can use it to write any word you want. So what you're going to need for this is just a piece of paper, and then some markers or crayons or colored pencils. Anything colorful would make it extra fun. So you can see here, I grabbed rainbow colors, red, orange, yellow, green, blue, purple, pink. But you can get anything you want. So let's just talk for a second about the font. You can see it's made up of just kind of normal letters. Like this A is pretty normal, but it has a little rectangle. And this B is also pretty normal, but with a little rectangle. So that's kind of the pattern. So let's start with the A. So all you're gonna do is write a normal A like this. And I'm writing in capital letters just for now. So I'm making my normal A. And then what you do is you're gonna go in and add 2 lines like this. And then you just draw one more long line to make that little rectangle over there. And now we can move on to the B. So the B is a little different because you're gonna start with a rectangle. In the A, we ended with a rectangle. In the B, you're gonna start with a rectangle. So we're gonna go in and just make a little rectangle and then draw a B like normal. And that's your B. Now I'm moving on to yellow for C, and I'm just gonna start with the letter this time and then end with the rectangle by putting in one line like that. So this isn't exactly a rectangle, but it's similar. It fits the font. Now I'm moving on to green and a D. So the D, we're gonna start with the rectangle just like we did with the B. So here comes a rectangle like that, just like we did in the B, and then you just draw your D like normal. So we got 4 letters so far. We're gonna keep going. I'm on to blue now for E. So E is similar to D. You just make the rectangle and then kind of draw your E like normal. The 3 little lines like that. So there's your E. I'm moving on to purple now for F. So F is very similar to E. They're basically like twins, just a little rectangle. But this time you only do 2 lines. So the E had 3 lines and the F just has 2. And now let's go on to G. I'm gonna be using pink. And for G, it's very similar to C. You're gonna draw the letter like normal. There's my G. And then you draw a line down the middle like this. So you can see that it's similar to the letter C. Now I'm gonna start over at red, and we're on to the letter H. So H, you just start with a rectangle like this, and then you draw the rest of the letter normally. So there's our H. And I'm just gonna pause for a second to show you guys, after we write out the alphabet, we're gonna get to decorate inside the rectangles. So that's what your alphabet's gonna look like in the end. Okay, so back to the alphabet, we were on I. So I is the easiest letter of them all because it's just a rectangle like that. So there's my I. Now let's do J. So J is gonna be you write the letter like normal, a normal J, and then you go in and you put the rectangle. So if you'll notice, the rectangles always go on the left side of the letter. So left on the A, on the left on the B, left, 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 left. So that's kind of another pattern that we have going on. Fonts have to do with patterns and things being similar and repeating. So our pattern here is rectangles on the left, if that makes sense. All right, let's go on to K. So for K, you just draw your rectangle like this, and you make your K like normal. Awesome. Okay, let's move on to L, which is similar to I, just a rectangle, and then the little line at the bottom for L. Moving on to M. M can be a little tricky, so I'm gonna go kind of slowly. So M, you start off with a rectangle, just like normal. And then you're gonna make your V like this. And then a line straight down. So it's basically just an M with a rectangle on the left. So there's our pattern again. Awesome, okay, let's move on to N, which is a rectangle on the left, and then an N like normal. And now we're gonna get to O, which is a fun one. So O, you just draw an O like normal, and then you do a line straight down the middle like that. For P, it's very similar to B. You draw the line, or you draw the rectangle, and then you draw P like usual, so like this. Q is also fun. It's very similar to O. Just a circle, the little tail for Q, and then a line down the middle. And now we're on to R. R, you just do a rectangle, and then you draw your R like usual. Let's go on to S. This one's fun. It kind of breaks the pattern, and you'll see what I mean when I draw it. So you draw the S, and then kind of like O and Q, you draw right down the middle. But this one doesn't make a rectangle. There's no rectangle that you can really see here, but it just kind of still fits the pattern or the font. Next we have T, and the way you do T is you start off with a rectangle, and then you just draw the top of the T like this. Moving on to U, you draw a U like usual, and then you're gonna draw the rectangle in the left. So what I'm gonna do is draw a line there, and then straight down. So that's our U. Next we have V. So V is gonna be similar to A, because if you notice, A is like an upside down V kind of. So let's just start like we did with A by drawing a V. So we're just gonna draw our own V. And then what you do is you draw two little lines like this, one right there and one right there. And these little lines should be about the same length. Then you go in with your marker or whatever you're using and you just connect them like that. We're almost done. We're gonna get to the fun part of decorating these very soon. Let's move on to W, which is kind of like putting two V's together. So you do your normal W, and then like the exact same thing. So we're gonna do the two little lines, 1, 2, and then we go and connect them. Let's go on to X. This one's fun. So you just draw an X like usual. But then, because our pattern is on the left, you're gonna go and put two little lines on the left like this, and then connect them. Now let's try Y. So you just draw Y like usual. And this one kind of breaks the pattern. Like there are some that break the pattern, like S and Y, because we were drawing our rectangle actually on the right side. So I just drew a Y and then added the little rectangle. All right, we're on to our last letter, which is Z. So all you're gonna do is draw a normal Z, like that. And then you go in right here, all the way down, and make a little rectangle. So my Z looks a little funny. It's a little extra wide compared to E, but that's okay. Your alphabet does not have to be perfect. The point of this is for us to have fun. So now what we're gonna do is go in, and you can really be creative here and do whatever you want, or you could copy what I'm doing. But I'm just gonna put this here for you to look at all the patterns that I put inside my letters. So I put some polka dots in the A, stripes in the B, squiggles in the C, little baby polka dots in the D, hearts over here. You can do whatever you want. but I'm just gonna spend a couple minutes coloring these in with you. So I feel like putting stripes in my A. So I'm gonna go put these like this. And then it just instantly makes it look so much more fun. And then for B, for example, you could do polka dots if you wanted, like that. And C, you could do a little sunshine, because mine's yellow and I always think of the sun with yellow. And then D, you could do something like little hearts. And if you wanted, you could also go in with different colors. For example, if you wanted, you could fill in your E with purple. So maybe I want to do some zigzags in my E. Now it's extra colorful because it has those two colors. Maybe I want to put orange in my purple F. So I'm going to go in and let's put some like spirals. So I'm just kind of drawing squiggles. And I'll finish off on the G for you guys. Let's do some checkers. These are like little boxes, kind of. So you can go ahead and finish filling in all these letters to make your very own alphabet. So that's the end of this project. I hope you had so much fun. On the screen in a second, you're gonna see an email you can send your creation to. So we would love to see it. Go ahead and send it on over to that email. And I hope you guys have a great rest of your day. Bye.